Step aside, alley Farouk Manesh. There's a new sheriff in northern Iowa. I'm Barry Tramel, along with Jason Kersey. We're here at Chesapeake Energy Arena where we've seen the shot of the NCAA Tournament. Paul Jesperson's half-court shot that beat Texas 75-72 late Friday night. And Jason, this is a shot that's going to live a long time in NCAA history.
It absolutely is. This is a game we thought was going to overtime after Isaiah Taylor hit a jumper with about 3 seconds left, but Northern Iowa passed it in. Jesperson took one dribble and just heaved it up and banked it right in. It was an unbelievable moment and very reminiscent of the game 6 years ago, but it sounds like the players were ready to move past that.
Yeah, 6 years ago, Farouk Manesh hit the big three-pointer that helped take down Kansas in the big round of 32 game. Northern Iowa went on to the Sweet 16. This just gets Northern Iowa into the round of 32, but this one was a struggle all the way. Northern Iowa had a 16-point lead, lost it quickly by the early in the second half. Texas seemed in control, but the Panthers rallied and got a tie, and in the last 2.7 seconds made the shot of the tournament. And now Northern Iowa has ruined the Texas showdown. Everybody wanted to see the Longhorn and the Aggies on Sunday night in a holy war. Not going to happen. It's Northern Iowa versus Texas A&M.
And another dagger in the hearts of Big 12 fans after what's been a pretty rough couple of days. You know, just a little while after West Virginia goes down, and now Texas goes down here in Oklahoma City.
Here's all you need to know. The Missouri Valley now has as many wins in this tournament as does the Big 12. Both have 3. The Valley hasn't lost. The Big 12 has 4 losses.
Shot a long time. We used to mess around before practice a little bit and shoot those, but I don't think we've shot one of those this year. So, like I said, just happy to win here.
There's no way for me to, describe what happened. At the end. And obviously, the last time we were here in 2010, so many good memories from that trip, and I don't have a way to describe it, Jeremiah. I don't have an answer. I can tell you about this team, right? I mean, you've watched this, and they just keep finding the way.
I mean, when Jess puts the ball up, you think it's going to go in rather than not go in. And so when he let that go, and you saw it going towards the bucket, you said, "Here's the finish that we wanted." We battled, and we needed that one big shot. And what a way to finish this first round. Now we got to settle in and see what kind of business we can take care of from here.
Kurt, this may be a silly question. You won the Super Bowl, but how does something like this rank for you?
Man, I mean, it's exciting. I mean, because when you get invested in anything, I tell people all the time, the accomplishments that I had were great. I love watching my kids. I think I get more excitement out of watching my kids and getting invested in them and seeing them do something. Building relationships with these guys and having a chance to be on this ride with them for the last couple years. I feel so much excitement right now for these guys. This isn't so much about me, but when you get attached to people, you want to see them, fulfill their dreams and their potential. And, so to see what happened tonight, to talk to these guys over the last couple days, to know that they believed what happened tonight could happen, I get tremendous joy out of this.
And also having just won another game very similar to this.
Yeah.
Does that kind of thing build? I mean, those are the shot off the back of the rim that falls in. Yeah. This shot banks in. But what does that do for a team?
Well, I mean, I think, you have to believe you can win in any scenario. I mean, there's lots of teams that believe to a point. Well, if it's in this situation, we can finish. But what you have to find out in tournaments like this, when you're playing against good opponents every time you step on, is can we win a lot of different ways? Can we win with different guys stepping up at different times? And that's what I believe this team is starting to understand and starting to believe is, okay, who's going to be the guy? What's it going to look like tonight? We're going to find a way to get it done, and it's going to look different every time. But when you start believing that you're going to find a way to get it done regardless of the scenario, that's when you got something special.
Trace that to what you instill in these kids, or do you just feel really fortunate? Yeah, I would. I would say it's some of both, Andrew. I mean, we work extremely hard so that our guys, when it comes time to play, they play with all the confidence in the world. And that's, for me, that's really the bottom line. we work at that and work at that and work at that, and it's not necessarily something that we talk about every day. It's not something that we necessarily, hand them a sheet of paper every day or hand them a manual. Or it isn't that as much. But from our staff standpoint and from my standpoint, the bottom line is I want them to play with all kinds of freedom, and I want them to play with as much confidence as they can possibly muster, and have. What that had to do with the last shot tonight, right? I mean, that's lucky. What it had to do with Ali's shot, yeah, that probably had something to do with Ali's shot. And there's some other plays, right? But that's, like I said, that's the bottom line. I want to play in confidence, freedom, and have as much fun as they can.
Stay tuned for further NCAA tournament coverage here on News OK and every day in the Oklahoman.